Today, all new.
Behind the scenes of local news, we have an exclusive interview with Jennifer Mobilia
And
an in-depth investigation into how high school students learn about the news today. Hello and welcome into this special edition of The Mercury. I'm Nicholas Katoya. Today we're going to be talking about local news, including a look into how high school students get their news, or if they do at all. But first, a behind the scenes look at local news. We were able to exclusively speak to Jennifer Mobilia, an anchor at Eyewitness News. Local news has been around for decades. Now in the digital age of technology, it's changing with the rest of us. Anchors and reporters are more social online and more creative. Local news strives on breaking news, like blizzards.
Tello tracking the very latest weather information for us now.
Or in Oklahoma, tornadoes.
That is a tornado right there.
The content of news has never changed and won't anytime soon. People want to know what's going on in their community and how they can stay safe. Unfortunately, good news is rarely news. But how do they keep a straight face talking about such violent stories in Newtown or Boston? When you're at work, you don't think emotionally. You're too focused on doing your job, gathering information, and accurately getting it on the air. It's when you go home at night it really sinks in. Working at a news station can be fun. Reading the story on air is done through the teleprompter. During the break, anchors are always reading over their scripts. The anchor has the final say. We have to feel comfortable with how the script is written. We all have different styles, and we have to be positive the information in the script is accurate. When reporting and editing on their own, Mobilia said, "I do know how to shoot and edit. When I report at night, I always shoot and edit my own video." This is all controlled by the control room, usually down the hall, depending on the station. In the Weather Center, meteorologists are actively looking at data and updating graphics. It may be surprising for some, but their delivery on air is done with a green screen, like this.
9 and 32, the averages 72, the record high, 1990, and 13, today's record low from 1904. Tight radar saying goodbye to yesterday's storm, still a few...
We also asked what kind of skills and education are required to be a journalist. Someone who can multitask, read smoothly, stay calm, and accurately ad-lib during breaking news. But most importantly, someone who the viewers can connect with and relate to. I have a business and journalism degree. Originally, we were supposed to get a behind-the-scenes look at ABC 6 for the entire video, but we're unable to do so for security reasons. And still to come here today, how high school students get their news, and how much do they really know about current events today? We'll be right back. Welcome back. The local news process is exciting, but maybe not to high school students. We sat down with a group to see just how much they know about local news today.
So who's our governor? I think it's Chafee.
No idea.
Governor Chafee?
Lieutenant Governor?
Don't know.
Nope.
I'm not too sure. Don't know.
Nope.
I don't believe we have a mayor.
We then asked them if they know about some current events in the news today. Take a look at some of their answers. Oklahoma?
Yes.
IRS?
No.
GIST?
Yes.
URI guns?
Yes.
Boston?
Yes.
Oklahoma?
Yes.
IRS?
Yes.
GIST?
Yes.
Boston?
No.
URI guns?
No.
Oklahoma?
Yes.
IRS?
Yes.
GIST?
Yes.
Boston?
Yes.
URI guns?
No.
Not surprisingly to some, they don't watch the news on TV.
Rarely. I don't watch it. I usually read about it.
News groups like WPRI 12 and NBC 10 are going online more and more, especially social media. There's also a new news website called Go Local Prov, which is more user-friendly, but students are not interested in our current events on a regular basis. And joining me now is media expert and faculty advisor, Mr. Rounds. Good morning, Mr. Rounds. So what is your reaction to students and their knowledge of the news today?
I think students' knowledge of the news today is sort of twofold. And on one hand, if you compare it to when I was younger, and even before me, the students aren't nearly as they're not readers. They don't read the newspapers anymore. They certainly don't watch the news all that much. Although they are TV people, they don't watch the news nearly as much as you would think. However, they do get their news from internet sites, and that's a good and a bad thing. The internet obviously is filled with news, and that's where most of us are getting our news now. However, the bad part of that is the news that you gather from the internet also can be a little bit misleading. They call it the Wikipedia syndrome, where students are getting news facts, if you will, and they're not necessarily facts. They're added on. That sites are the wikis, sites that have that wiki syndrome, where things are added in, and sometimes that's meant for political reasons. So you're going to be very careful, and I think it's one of the things students have to be aware of. And I think educational institutions like schools here have to be aware of that and teach students to be very careful in where they get the news and how viable that news actually is.
And what do you think the future of TV news is going to be?
The future of TV news, in my opinion, is when you say TV news, you have to think of TV news sort of melding with the internet very soon, as in the news and TV in general. I think in TV in general, the news is going to be enveloped by or a part of the internet news. There's going to be a day very soon where we don't turn on Channel 6 News. We go to Channel 6 News online, which you actually can do now, but it's going to become much more a part of how we interact with TV news. So again, I think that goes along with TV in general. I think the news is going to be enveloped and wrapped up within the internet much more than it is now.
All right, thank you, Mr. Rounds, for that. And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.